This is the United States Military Academy. This is Night Vision from Army West Point Athletics. Inside Christl Arena, the Army wrestling team closes its regular season by hosting American. Hi, everybody. I'm Nikolai Busky. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew McGinnis will join us shortly. Before today's meet begins, the wrestling program will honor its senior class. 13 wrestlers and 14 managers will receive recognition for what they've accomplished already and what they will soon do as officers in the United States Army.
Fans, good afternoon and welcome to Christl Arena inside Holland. Some beautiful grounds of the United States Military Academy at West Point for today's match and Senior Day. At this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the mat with the 61st Superintendent of the United States Military Academy, Lieutenant General Steve Gillen, Command Sergeant Major Febuary, Head Officer Representative Colonel Nicholas Guest, Executive Associate Athletics Director Trisha Brandenburg, and Head Wrestling Coach Kevin Moore will greet our senior class for 2024. Now let's meet our senior class. First, our team managers. Our first manager to introduce is Andy Denise. He's escorted today by Christl. He's such a graduate this spring after serving as a manager with our wrestling program. He's an engineering management major hailing from rural Wyoming, represents Company D2 and will branch field artillery. Give it up one more time for Andy. Next is Graham Gist. Graham is being escorted by his mother, Ada. Graham's a kinesiology major, member of Company B4. He'll branch infantry upon graduation, and West Point native will always follow remember spending time with his friends in the wrestling program. Fans, give it one more time for Graham. Next, escorted by Christl Susan, John Hollingsworth. John is a native of Houston, Texas. He's a systems engineering major and member of Company E4. He'll branch field artillery upon graduation, and John says he'll most remember spending time with friends while serving the wrestling program. Fans, give him one more time for John Hollingsworth. And finally, among our managers, Grace Reese. Grace is accompanied by her roommate, Katie Abear. Grace is a business management major from Dubuque, Iowa. Member of Company E2 and the most memorable West Point memory to celebrate Grandchild, where she marshalled branch medical service. Give it up one more time for Grace Reese. And now, fans, let's meet our senior wrestlers. Our first senior, Logan Brown. Logan's accompanied by his fiancée, Jessica Schmidt. He'll graduate from branch field artillery after this season. A native of Battle, Texas, he's been a member of Company A1. He's an organizational psychology and leadership major and says he'll always remember creating lifelong friends who share experiences both on and off the mat. Ladies and gentlemen, Logan Brown. Next to our wrestlers, Dominic Carone. Dominic is accompanied by his father Tony, his mother Beth, and his brother Adrian. Dominic will branch in field artillery. He represents Company F1 here at West Point. He's a law and legal studies major, also minoring in counterterrorism. The Streetsboro, Ohio native's favorite wrestling moment was wrestling in Rec Hall at Penn State. Let's give it up for Dominic Carone. Our next wrestler, Tanner Craig. Tanner is Prince Karen and Patrick. Taylor's representing company upgrade and branched signal detail infantry. He's an engineering management major at West Point as well. The Vancouver, Washington native's favorite memory is eating with his brothers on the team. Give it up one more time for Tanner Craig. Next among our wrestlers, Thomas Deck. Thomas is accompanied by his brother, his mother Rico, his father Ginger, his sister Ayla, and his girlfriend Mariana. He's a member of Company C4, Assistance Engineering Major who's branched Field Artillery after graduation. He's a native of the Bluegrass State, Richmond, Kentucky, and holds meals with his teammates as his fondest memory related to this program. Fans, give it up for Thomas Deck. Our next wrestler, Daniel Lawrence. Daniel's accompanied today by his mother Denise and his father Mark. He's a space science major from Mahoney City, Pennsylvania. He's a member of company B2 and will branch engineers after graduation. His favorite wrestling memory was earning a star and beating Navy last week in Annapolis. Give it up for Daniel Lawrence. Our next senior wrestler, Nick Lucas. Nick is accompanied by his brother Shannon and his father Frank. He cites members with his friends on the team as the moments of his most. A native of Gossonia, Pennsylvania, he's a major in environmental science and a member of Company E3. He'll be making an inter-service transfer after graduation and will join the United States Marine Corps. Give it up for Nick Lucas. Our next senior wrestler this afternoon is Joseph Metz. Joseph is accompanied by his mother Mary, his father Patrick, his brother Christl, his brother Mark, and his sister Teresa. A native of Cumming, Georgia, he's an assistant engineering major representing Company D3. And upon graduation, he will branch transportation. Joseph will most fondly remember the daily camaraderie with his teammates, especially their kayaks to North Carolina. Give it up for Joseph Metz. Next is Mark Montgomery. Mark is accompanied today by his teammate Shane Christl. Mark cites his teammates as his favorite memories as well here at West Point. He branched armor and is proudly representing Company H4. A native of Roselle Park, New Jersey, Mark is a law major here at West Point. Give it up for Mark Montgomery. Next among our senior wrestlers is Ty Morris. Ty is accompanied by his mother Nancy, his father Joseph, and his brothers. He'll branch entry upon graduation and is representing Company G1. He's an engineering management major here at West Point. His Mahoney, New Jersey native's favorite memory at West Point was beating Navy last week in Annapolis. Give it up for Ty Morris. And our next senior, Ben Pursuit. Ben is accompanied by Ken and Chris Pursuit. He'll branch Field Artillery. He's a member of Company H1 and a major in engineering management. The Carrollton, Ohio native will hold winning EIWAs as a freshman, and the brotherhood bonds has lifetime memories formed within the Army Wrestling program. Let's hear it for Ben Pursuit. Next up, Julian Sam. Fans, how about one more round of applause for the 2024 senior class for Army Wrestling.
An opportunity to give thanks for those who choose this path on our behalf. An opportunity to reflect. And one more thing to remember, this is the class that did beast in the throes of COVID. Army has to go to work. They take on American in just a few minutes. We'll step out until the battle begins. This is the Army West Point Athletics YouTube channel. Everybody is here. This has been a very busy weekend on post. There was a lacrosse game on Saturday. That's yesterday. They had a women's basketball game here as well. That was their senior day. The hockey team had games last night and the night before. And now we're here, one more senior day, as these young people to choose this path on our behalf get one final kick of the can in the regular season against an American team that has already had a meet already today. Matt, Army comes in following a big win against Navy. Any win against Navy is big. Just 18-17, but boy, oh boy, it topped, I think, on some of the meet you and I worked here last year involving Navy.
I think it was hard to top what we saw 2 years ago, but it had all the excitement you would hope for. It meant a lot, and it came down to the last few seconds of the last match to decide whether that was going to be an Army or Navy win, and it was great to come home with the victory.
Gunnar Filipowicz won at 165, 5-4 over Andrew Cerniglia, who won the final match here last year. Was that a tone setter? Did that change the energy right away down in Annapolis?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, on paper, Cerniglia was expected to win, but we knew we had a shot in Gunnar, and he did not disappoint. He went out there expecting to win and was able to pull off a little bit of an upset. And that definitely set the tone as far as Army taking it to Navy there.
Ethan Bergen lost the match here against Lehigh that some would say might have been the deciding factor. The Mountain Hawks escaping a couple of weeks ago. He got a tech for Army at 125. Does this young man continue to amaze you every time he steps on the mat?
Yeah, he's very impressive. He's got a little bit of swagger to him. At times he can go out and just dominate opponents and impose his will on them. And so that's what we kind of saw at Navy last week, and I would like to see that continue here today.
Army improved to 6-4 overall, 5-1 in the EIWA. With the win last week, Army brought the Army-Navy Star Series presented by USAA to 9-1. That's even. As this team gets ready for the EIWAs, what do you think they need to improve upon to give themselves the best standing when that tournament's over with?
I think at this point, all the work has been done. Now it's, we're starting to think about mindset. Hey, we're shifting out of the regular season with the dual meets and everything, and it's time to get focused. Because ultimately, the people who are on the podium or the people who are All-Americans at the end of the year are the people that have the right mindset in this last tail end of the season.
Again, the regular season concludes today. EIWA Championships at Bucknell, March 8th through 10th. American has already wrestled somewhere today. They lost at Columbia 39-3. AU is now 8-13 overall, 0-4 in the EIWA. Maximilian Leet won at 133 for the Eagles. Only decision in the city. Is American a program on the rise in any way?
Hey, yeah, I think, maybe their record's a little deceiving. They're a good team, and, just because they lost to Columbia today, I think even Columbia's record doesn't tell the tale for them as well. They're a very good team, and so I don't think Army's going into this putting anything past them or expecting that it's going to be an automatic or easy victory. They're going to go out there and wrestle hard.
Again, we had 17 individuals honored before this meet began. Some of them are going to wrestle today. And a reminder once more, this is the class that began Beast during COVID, where Beast had to be done a little bit differently. What identity, what legacy do you see that this graduating class is going to leave for this program, Matt?
Hey, they're leaving the program in a very good place. Like you just highlighted a second ago, the dual record's pretty good. We're in good standing in the EIWA. It'll be sad to see these seniors depart and head into the Army, but I think they're leaving the program in a very good spot, and there's a lot of talented guys in the room waiting to step into those starting spots.
It was 2 years ago that this team took a trip through Big Ten country, and then Iowa last year came here. How has the culture, not so much the culture, but the expectation changed with this class growing up over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I think when you start to put some of those teams on your schedule, you have to believe that you can beat them. You're not just putting them on there expecting to go in and lose. And so I think it's been a bit of a shift to where, hey, they're willing to take on anybody, anytime, anywhere. And, that's what you expect from an Army wrestler.
10 bouts. The first one about to begin.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some fireworks right off the bat. The American wrestler here is very good, and obviously so is Ethan, so this likely could be the best matchup of the day starting right off the bat.
He doesn't need much of an introduction. It's Ethan Bergen for Army, ranked 30th. But he is going to be taken down early by Jack Maida, who's also ranked 28th. Bergen, 20-7 this year, 47-15 in his career. Maida, 12-1 this year, 8-1 in duels, 2 pens, 1 tech, 2 majors, career 50-24. So, for the second time in short order here at Christl Arena, Ethan Bergen is going to have his hands full.
Yeah, he's a great leg rider, so I know Ethan knows that going into this, but he's definitely going to have to watch the legs coming in and really stay out of some of the compromising positions that a leg rider can put you in.
You see the 2 clocks on your screen, the one on top for those who are new to the sport, that's the time left in the period. The one that's digital on the bottom is the riding time, the control time that Maida continues building on Bergen. If you're up over a minute at the end of the match, you earn a point. As Maida is getting close to that threshold right now, the referee says, we got to stop here.
Yeah, Ethan did a good job there, maintaining a good base, but he's got to catch these legs coming in, not even get into that position where he's got to fight through that. He wants to catch it early and not allow the legs to come in.
Maida trying to control, does get the minute. We'll see if he releases Bergen right away, and he does. So he'll trade a point for a point in the bank right now. 3-1 officially. As Bergen looks for that right leg. Now has the other, but made it defense well enough and hangs on to the midsection of Bergen. A backflip, I think, by Bergen there. We know he's an acrobatic young man. No points given yet in this exchange.
Yeah, he got in very nice there on that single, and honestly, he was working towards a good finish, but a little tough there on the edge of the mat.
You ever seen Bergen do that kind of a backflip like that before? That's something I didn't think he could do or could do easily.
Yeah, I think he was expecting a scramble there, and so I think, he just locked on both legs and thought he could hold him there.
Now you mentioned the leg power that Maida has. Does that mean that automatically Bergen's going to try to attack at the top a lot more? Is he going to go with the upper body more?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think he needs to, be well-rounded in his attacks. Maida, because he's a good wrestler, you can't be one-dimensional. And again, as I highlighted earlier, he's a good scrambler. So when you do get in, you got to finish.
30 seconds left in the period. Maida in front, 3-1.
I think a key for Ethan will be getting him to move a lot.
Bergen keeps driving. Maida counters well, but Bergen does grab the left thigh to prevent Maida from scoring at the end of the period. 10 seconds left. Looks like Maida's going to have the lead after one.
Yeah, pretty active first period. I know the score's only 3-1, but, there were a couple shots there that weren't finished. A lot of activity from both wrestlers. This is going to be exciting the whole way through.
Does either one benefit from more activity over the course of the exchanges?
Honestly, I think that would benefit Ethan just because Maida being a leg rider, he wants to just, stay on top, kill a lot of time, build up that riding time, and, maybe squeak by with a 1-point victory.
The expectations for Bergen are a lot higher, of course, than just a 1-point victory as he lets Maida out here. Maida's back in front 4-1. Maida only has 50 seconds in the bank, so the riding point is gone for now.
Yeah, at this point, I want to see Ethan stay active, keep snapping, keep moving. But Maida very strong with those ties.
Again, this is 125. Would appear that we're just going up the ladder this afternoon. There goes the right leg, but able to counter with the left was Maida, as Bergen thought he might have had something. He still might.
So this is where that clean finish really needs to happen. Because he's a good leg rider, he can scramble out of some of these things.
Now Maida seemed to have Bergen's right leg for a moment. Now both men are back on their feet.
So you've seen two great shots by Ethan so far, but neither one able to finish.
And now the referee stands both men back up. Do you feel like the referee was maybe more interested in letting the boys get back to business and just a reset? Didn't seem to be stalemated to me.
No, yeah, they weren't stuck or anything. I think he just wants to keep the action going.
Well, it hasn't been boring. 30 seconds left here in the second period. Maida in front 4-1. Bergen able to stay on his feet as Maida thought he was going to do something quick and easy.
Maida's first takedown came from that tie, so I think he likes being there.
And now a stall warning's been given to Maida. And now they're out of bounds. Again, for those of you that are looking at the board, yes, American is red and Army is green for these purposes today.
So now that there's a stall call, I think, not recklessly, but Ethan needs to stay on the gas, keep the pressure up, and maybe he can force a mistake here.
Maida will lead heading into the third period, 4-1. Looks like Bergen's going to start on the bottom here and hope for an easy escape at the start and then take the next bucket of 45 potentially, see if he can get a takedown and get the match won in that stage.
Yeah, quick escape is key, and he did it. Hey, he only needed 10 seconds to get that ride time point, so Ethan was able to get out, and that was fantastic.
So now Bergen has time to get that takedown. Maida, important again, he has a stall warning, so Maida has to attack on some level. Does not want to let Bergen dictate the tempo.
Yeah, and I know it's a long period, but a takedown does win it for Ethan, so he's going to keep that pressure up, and as you highlighted, Maida can't just sit on his heels. He needs to attack as well. He's going to get called again.
I got a sense right now that Maida's on his heels already as Bergen has upped the intensity here in the third period. Those clad in camo want another stall against Maida. They're not going to get it here. But I have a feeling that Maida has found some thin ice.
He's looking a little tired. I don't know if we might have some injury time here.
There was a shove by Bergen at the end. And yes, I know that the young men in camo are saying that looked a bit convenient, but Maida is going to be afforded the opportunity to plug something up. So with 1:17 left in the opening match of this meet, Bergen is trailing 4-2. We mentioned the senior class honored before this meet began. Post night is on Wednesday. For those unfamiliar with the academy, what is that like and how has it changed in recent years?
Yeah, it's an exciting night for the firsties, the senior class. They get to find out what their first duty station is going to be. And so it turns out to be a little bit of like a draft night style event where they know what their different options are. And then, based on where they fall within their branch, they go up in order of merit list and pick which post they want to go to.
This is why it's important to have a high GPA here at the academy.
All right, they got the blood cleaned up. We didn't want to see that because it looked like it possibly gave a little bit of a rest to Maida, who was on his heels. But a minute left. I think we're going to see a lot of action in this last minute.
As long as it happens right before the buzzer, I think that Bergen will take it. He's got 50 seconds to score a takedown and win the bout.
Yeah. I've said it earlier, but a clean finish will be really important here because he's been in multiple times today, but has yet to get that takedown. And
there it goes. I thought it did. It's just a 1 point for the stall against Maida. It is now 4-3. Riding time's not going to come in the equation. 30 seconds left in the opening bout. Maida trying to hang on for dear life. Referee says no, not yet. Almost got there. Maida goes down. No signal yet. Maida trying to survive. 20 seconds left in the match. Maida trying to squeeze. Bergen continues pushing. 15 seconds left. Maida trying to get up and over and have the geometry in his favor for a takedown that would clinch the win. 5 seconds left. Bergen's got to get one last move here. Did he get it? No, he did not. Maida, by the skin of his teeth, will win 4-3.
Exciting match, but that's a tough way to lose. I felt Ethan kept the pressure on, but you got to give Maida credit. He was able to counter throughout the entire match. And, as I didn't want to happen, he squeaked away with a 1 point victory.
Guess what? We've got 9 more of these left. Braden Basil will come in for Army. Maximilian Leet wrestled earlier today at Columbia, got the win, the only match that AU won. He is not going to be competing here. It'll be Raymond Lopez, 5-4 this year. All duels, 1 pin, 3 techs, 17-15 in his career. Braden Basil, ranked 28th, 16-10 as a plebe.
Yeah, Braden's having a great year and came off an excellent match against Navy.
Lopez was looking for something around the middle thigh, couldn't find it. A lot of hand and head slapping right now. As Basil looks for that right ankle, that right knee. But able to have some flexibility as Lopez to not give up the points early.
Yeah, so far a solid counter. Let's see if Braden can come up with it here. He's trying to elevate a little bit.
Lopez looks like he's in good shape. How difficult is it for a team to wrestle in a meet, get on a bus, and then get here? I mean, your body shuts down. Is it hard to just get it ramped up again?
Oh, yeah. It's tough, no doubt about it. But, like, this time of year, you almost want that kind of thing to occur because that's what's going to set you up for success in the postseason. I mean, when you start getting into the tournament format, you know, you wrestle and then you probably have an hour or so down to maybe get some fluids in you, some food, whatever you need, stretch, and then you're getting after it again.
Army Executive Associate AD Tricia Brandenburg told me before the meet, Nick, when I was at Cornell, it was not totally uncommon for a team to bus and go to multiple venues over the course of the day. She said Penn and Drexel was a common combination. As Basil finally gets the score that he needs to go in front, as Lopez have been hard to catch. Now he's given back up, so it is now 3-1 as Basil goes back to work.
Yeah, good scramble by both wrestlers. Brady coming out on top.
Well, the boys and the ACUs want a takedown, but they're not going to get it as they were out of bounds.
Yeah, I think 1 foot actually got all the way onto the floor off the mat, so they got to stop it there.
Yep, once he's in three-point line territory, they have to stop. At least I think that's where the lines are here. Minute to go in the first period. Lopez for AU. Basil for Army. Basil in front 3-1.
Braden's trying to work that left side underhook a little bit, but no success yet.
Both men trying to be patient right now. But clasping the head again is Lopez. Basil trying to counter. Swing and a miss by Lopez. 27 left in the period. That's Basil's turn to try to counter as Lopez was going for the money shot down below. AU coaches making a lot more noise than the Army coaches are right now as Lopez has at the end of the period. 2 seconds. He's not going to. No, he did get it! Right at the buzzer. If what I see visually with the clock is the absolute, then Lopez got it in there maybe with a 10th or 2 and no more.
Yeah, we definitely didn't want that. You know, you can't give up scores when there's only a few seconds left, but good job by American Wrestler to make it happen with just a few seconds left now. Goes into the second period with a lead.
So Lopez will see if he gives the escape immediately to Basil. He's clearly not at this point. It's Basil having to struggle a little bit. Now he does let out, so we're even at 4 with lots of time left here in the second.
Yeah, and riding time so far not a factor, so basically we're starting from scratch right here, clean slate.
Who benefits more from the clean slate right now?
I don't know. I mean, I think I'm seeing good activity out of both wrestlers, good counters, good scrambles. You know, Braden's got to be careful here, though. It seems like there's a little bit more activity from Lopez right now.
Lopez thought he might have had an opportunity, but Basil quick on his feet again.
Braden's doing nice with that slide by, but he's got to turn it into a takedown. So, you know, following that up with a shot or something like that.
Minute down to go to the second period. This is 1:33. 1:41 is next. Lopez. Turn around and get control. Not quite yet. Basil does just enough. And he'll lurch forward again as both combatants are now out of bounds with 42 left here in the second.
Yeah, Braden did a nice job there facing his opponent. Didn't give anything up, even though it looked bad there for a sec. Yeah, he keeps going for that left side underhook, but Lopez doing a nice job staying out of it.
Is there any space right now for Basil to try the right? At least that what wasn't that exchange?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that'd be good. I don't know if he's avoiding that because of some of the issues he's had with his hand, but it looks like he's primarily looking for that left side hook.
Lopez will not score here at the end of the second. We are 4-4 after 2.
Again, that was another nice throw by Braden, but again, needs to follow it up with a shot.
So Lopez will start on the bottom, and escape will give him the lead. Does Basil have something in his bag of tricks to get control and in turn Lopez for at least a little bit?
Yeah, Braden's good on top. I mean, he could ride him out here if he wants to. I don't know if that's his plan. Maybe he's going to see how the first little bit goes. But he could be difficult on top.
See that clock at the bottom of that corner there? That is the riding clock. It needs to get to a minute. And he won't get there. The escape has been given. Essa Lopez is back in front, 5-4. With a minute and a half left.
All right, the pressure's on Braden at this point. So he's down 1. Yeah, he got a little over a minute and a half left, so plenty of time, but he's got to turn some offense on.
I don't think either combatant looks more tired than the other right now.
No, good activity by both men.
Good shot there by Basil, but able to respond again is Lopez, getting deep in his stance. Basil still thinks he has something on that left thigh, but he still comes up empty as Lopez able to push back with a minute left.
Yeah, nice shot by Basil, but good pressure by Lopez to stay out of that.
There he goes again, going after that right thigh, but Lopez able to stunt him once more. 40 seconds left.
And with no stall calls, you know, he's got to get himself a takedown here.
Both men really, really sure on their feet right now. Army contingent wants a stall call, but again, none have been given. There's no instant point for a stall here. As the referee says, get back on their feet with 21 seconds left. Lopez trying to put his team in front, 6-0 out of the gates. And now a stall warning has been given, 15 seconds left. Can Lopez hang on? Basil has 10 seconds to make something happen.
Yeah,
Lopez is in great position here. Raymond Lopez hangs on to defeat Braden Basil, 5-4. And AU off the bus, no bus legs, they're up 6-0.
Yeah, great start so far by American University. 2 high-paced matches. Both close in the end, but we're able to walk away with victories. So moving on to 141, we got to get Army started here.
Cale McIntyre looks like he'll be the man going for AU. 8-11 this year. 6-5 in duels. 1 pin and 1 major. Logan Brown for Army. The last home meets. 19-10 this year. 47-32 in his career. Company A1. Organizational Psych and Leadership major. Has branched field artillery. He and his classmates find out where they're going on Wednesday.
And this is a great opportunity for Logan to come out here and show some of that senior leadership and get Army started. Down by 2 matches so far. This would be a great place to set the tone for the remainder of the match.
Is that a score? Yes, it is. And in front again, the Eagles, as McIntyre able to force Brown out of bounds, as the Eagles have come in with a great deal of vigor. I don't know if they had a case of Red Bull on the bus on the ride up here, but they have been sharp in the early going.
Yeah, they look good so far. Again, at least for the first two matches and the start of this one, looks like the pace is high. They're, like you said, no bus legs. They look ready to wrestle from the whistle.
Trying to work out of that and getting the reverse is Brown, as McIntyre thought for maybe a split second the scapula were on the mat, but no sale there. 3-2 to score, McIntyre in front, but Brown is a man on a mission right now. He can tie the meet with a fall. McIntyre trying to get out of bounds, trying to start all over again, at least from the bottom. But Brown saying no so far. The Cadets want to stall. The referee tunes them out.
Yeah, Logan's in a good place here to put him on his back, so he's going to try and keep him in. He might be able to get a tilt out of this. He's just got to be careful about that sideline there.
He's still got that right foot in, the left foot is still in. He's putting up some time in that riding clock, up to 40 seconds now. And now they're out of bounds. And we're still in the first period. A lot can still happen before the period ends.
And it looks like the coach wants to talk about something. I don't know if there's a challenge coming, but I suspect he wants to talk about whether or not there were any back points there when Logan Brown was, maybe tilted up there for a second before the reversal occurred.
There might have been enough of a bridge where I think Brown got away with it. He wasn't flat. The scapula might have scraped the mat a little bit, but I don't think enough control to earn at least 2 there.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and the ref definitely didn't make any time calls, so, he didn't see enough to award any back points.
The false start is on Brown, and the Cadets are not happy about that. I thought they were both moving.
Yeah, I didn't see a jump there, but maybe just slightly early.
The Cadets want a false start this time on McIntyre. Don't get it, as Brown is still in control. Seeking that point right now to make up the gap. 5 seconds until he gets it. McIntyre just trying to get some position that's better than what he's got right now. Minute reached, minute left here in the first period. As again, it looks like Brown is in a good position here.
Yeah, he might put him on his back here, but he's got to be careful again, keeping his feet in, because they could be off the mat here in just a second. Yeah, I think he's got that tilt loaded up. He just has to bring him back in.
Somehow he kept that heel in bounds. Will he get points?
Nothing. Looked like he might have had him there for a second or two, but the ref saw it as a roll through.
The effort he's imploring on McIntyre right now, it's like he's trying to reel in a marlin. And it's still 37 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, if I'm Logan Brown, I feel good at this point with regard to riding him, so I want to get that tilt ready and somewhere in the center of the mat where he can make use of it.
He's got 20 seconds. He's trying to turn him right now. Thought he had something, and I guess just in the last second, a heel was dug in by McIntyre. Stall warning given, and that's one of the loudest cheers for the Cadets on the mat all day.
Yeah, I think that's a good call at this point. Logan definitely looks like the more aggressive wrestler here on top, doing most of the work.
McIntyre's in front 3-2 after one, but it does not feel like a secure lead at all. Somebody asked before the meet began, the young men that are on the sideline right now, who are they? Are they teammates? Are they friends? How do they get down here, Matt?
Yeah, so I think it's a mixture. So there's definitely some wrestlers in there, but the rest of it is from the general student population. People that are wrestling fans and enjoy coming down and supporting the Army team.
There are 4,400 cadets here. I don't think a formal lottery system is used. I guess it's just like not what you know, but who you know. As McIntyre starting on top. Brown, though, has built a healthy minute-plus on that riding clock. Can't escape just yet. McIntyre not letting out easily. Army fans want a stall because they don't think McIntyre is doing much right now. Going for the reverse, I think, was Brown. Thought he had a head, and McIntyre is back in control again.
Yeah, I think some of the cadets maybe thought they saw a locked hands, and so they were calling the refs for that. But I couldn't see it from where I was.
It is now 3-3 following the escape. And once again, trying to reel in the big fish is Brown. McIntyre looks tired. And I think that will be understandable considering how much control Brown has had so far in this match.
Logan's got to pull him back in here. You know, with the stall call already out there, I would definitely try and finish here.
No second stall given yet. Brown, if he was fishing, he's looking for more twine, looking for more line, looking for a stronger test. McIntyre's leg is being tested right now as Brown trying to pull him back in. And they finally whistle him out of bounds. 31 left in the period.
All right, looks like Coach wants to talk about something, possibly fleeing the mat, especially since there's already stall call out there. He just wants to probably get clarity with regard to why he didn't see another stall.
Kevin Ward, I can't believe he's been here 10 seasons now. That win against Navy just last week, among his best as head coach.
I mean, it had to feel like one of the best. You know, the excitement was incredible there. It's awesome to go on the road, especially at Navy, and come home with a victory. It's tough to do, and him and the boys were able to get it done.
When Kevin Ward won his first Army match against Navy, it snapped a 17-year string that Navy had on that competition. Then he won 4 at one point. 15 seconds left here in the second. Good shot by McIntyre, but defended well again by Brown.
Looks like we're heading for overtime.
It feels long to me, too. We're not at OT yet. It's just going to be the third period coming up. But the key thing in right now, it's 3-3, but Brown has that point in his back pocket at 1:23.
Yeah, maybe it's how long it has seemed with all that riding.
When I found out we were delayed, I thought we might be out here early. But the group that's running things on the far side said, Nick, you just put the hex on it. I'll just plead no contendere and we'll move on here. We might be here for a while, as AU has certainly shown a lot of enthusiasm in the early going. "90 seconds left. Brown trying to make sure that McIntyre stays in bounds. Trying to rhyme that clock out. And the referee wants both men back on their feet. 1:23 is the riding time. So, if we get to 23 seconds left of the period, the score is tied at 3. And that riding time point is secure for Brown. That's going to change things at the end for McIntyre, certainly.
Yeah, and you've seen that from McIntyre in this third period so far. He has been more aggressive for sure. He's taken a couple shots. I think he feels the pressure of not only being down a point because of the riding time, but also, also because of the stall.
And that pressure will continue as finally getting his opening is Brown. Now the cadets want more than just 3 on the board when this is over with. They think that another stall is coming. McIntyre may very well be out of gas. The takedown may have taken the adrenaline switch and reversed it. There's another point for Brown. It is now 7-3. It's really 8-3 when you consider that the riding time point is now secure. Can he get exposure and turn this into a major at least? 20 seconds left. He wants more. Everybody in this building wants more than 3 points on the board here. 15 seconds are left. Logan Brown will have a senior day victory. The question is, by how much? 5 seconds left. Will not get the turn, but Logan Brown has put a tourniquet on the paper cut that AU inflicted on Army at the start.
And as a senior, that's a nice way to go out for your final dual meet, to, snap a two-match losing streak to get us back on track. So great job for senior leadership coming from Logan Brown. Let's see if that continues here with Matt Williams, another firstie.
Score is now 6-3 in the meet. If Matthew Williams is the guy, this is his swan song as well. Thomas Deck was also a possibility today, but it looks like it will be Williams. Ranked 32nd, 21-7 this year, 50-21 in his career. Company A3, engineering management major, Will Branch Infantry. I believe that's Jack Neese wrestling for AU. 6-4 this year in duels. 6-4 this year, all in duels. One pin this year. 27-28 in his career.
And another match that's starting off with a pretty good pace. A meaningful silence from us as we're both anticipating something big happening here. Right now, Neese able to see on his feet. There goes the shot. No points yet. Williams thought he had the shot. He took it, and Neese able to recover just enough. But now he's got his hands full. His legs are full too. Yeah, the AU wrestler's looking for a steal here, but if Matt can elevate that leg, he can finish and close this out, get himself 3 points. He's not letting go. Now he wants to step over that leg. A massive knot that he's trying to untie. Neese trying to fall away from him and get out of this, but not letting him go is Williams. All right, Matt's in a good spot now. He's got that leg covered. Just got to be. Oh. I'm glad they blew the whistle because I don't know how much torque those limbs could take. Yeah, that was a good call by the ref. We don't want to see any blown out knees or anything. For those new to West Point, Williams is a senior. In order for him to graduate, he must pass one final physical. If the knee blows, he doesn't get a chance to walk in May. Minute left in the first, still no score. Williams finds that leg again. But Neese does a good job defending once more. Yeah, similar shots last time and now basically in the same spot they were before. Let's see if Matt can close this out, get the takedown. There, it's looking good, turning into him. I think he's got enough there. Well, the referee had to think about it a little bit. And now we have a whistle, so the referee wants to start all over again. Yeah, a little bit of a delay there to make that call, which was fine. I think he just wanted to ensure that there was not going to be a subsequent scramble happening. But Matt had him locked up pretty tightly with the leg. So the riding time clock starts as Williams at least trying to have control here for the rest of the period. Neese doing a good job of not putting himself in a worse situation. 10 seconds left. Lactic acid building for both men, especially the legs right now. Can Neese escape? The legs for Williams. Being strong, and he will not concede the point. 3-0. Williams is in front after one. Excellent job by Matt to not give up those points with a short time left. It looked like he was almost out, so great job holding on. Matthew Williams will miss being surrounded by a brotherhood that he says has continuously challenged him. I believe it was during of all places, church this morning where the priest said, if you're not challenged, you never change. Is it safe to say this place does change over 47 months? Oh, there's a ton of change. If you see the difference between when the men and women come in their first year to when they leave, in many respects it's night and day, and that is partly because they're consistently and continually challenged day to day to try and better themselves.
Williams is still in good shape, coming up on a minute of riding time, so he'll essentially be up 4-0 at the moment. Every point matters. We saw that last week in Annapolis.
Yeah, I think you might get a stall call here soon. I'm not seeing a lot of work from the bottom man. Matt Williams is doing a good amount.
Nice is trying to escape, and finally, Williams has enough. He does have the riding point secure. With a minute left here in the second period.
Now, Matt's been successful with 2 shots from space, so I think that maybe that's the formula for this match. Nothing wrong with tying up, setting things up nicely, but he has been successful getting in pretty deep from out in the open.
Williams' eyes are wandering, always looking for a hole. Nice countering well so far, but needs to show some activity. There he does, getting the right knee. Not able to get any points as his left leg's being taken by Williams.
Good scramble by Matt. Let's see if he can come out the back door there.
Nope, he's not Gumby. It doesn't bend that way.
Let's go.
All right, short time left in the second period.
They try to snap down, not Odom finds anything. Williams is going to have the lead heading to the third period. And again, he's got a $120 in the back pocket, so he's really up 4-1 right now. Somebody who's not out there right now, there were 2 names given to me leading up to this meet. Thomas Deck was the other. Thomas is going to hold meals with his teammates as his fondest memory with the program. And if you didn't tune in early to hear the Senior Day festivities, I think that got the biggest chuckle eating his teammates. That was one of the biggest ones of the entire ceremony. As an escape is now given, it is now 4-1 on a scoreboard. Riding time point intact at 1:07, so it's really 5-1 right now.
And they're going to get a fresh start here. So pretty easy work for Matt to get out. Let's see what he does with the remaining 140 left.
At what point does Nice amp the intensity and begin to wrestle with some more urgency?
I think if he doesn't turn it on now, it's going to be too late. One thing about Matt Williams is he's fantastic in the third period. He's got a great gas tank. I often find that he does his best wrestling in the third because he's kept the pressure up. Guys get tired, start making more mistakes, and all of a sudden he starts putting a whole bunch of points on the board.
He has an ankle, but Nice has his leg. Under a minute left.
I think Matt's in a good spot here. Just wants to take his time and ensure he gets the points. Be careful because they've stopped it now 2 times because of knees bending in the wrong direction.
Just seen those ligaments and tendons bend on Williams' right leg. It's remarkable how great shape these guys truly are. After 38 seconds left, it's the last play at the pinball machine for Nice, who has not wrestled poorly, but Williams has not given him much to work with.
Now, pretty much everything he's thrown at him, Matt Williams has countered very well.
And they're out of bounds as, I guess for a moment, Nice was high enough off the mat where he wasn't touching, and Williams was out. 21 seconds left.
Yeah, it looked to me like Matt Williams' knees were still in, but maybe he saw that they came off and that they were both out there for a second.
Williams looks for that left leg, tries to tie up. In a couple of seconds, he'll have the riding point secure. He does now. Matthew Williams will win on Senior Day.
Great job last 2 matches by seniors. And now we're going to move on to another senior.
It is 6-6 after 4. Army will trot out Nate Lucas, ranked 33rd. 22-9 this season, 60-27 in his career. Company E3, environmental science, He's joining the Marines. We'll talk about that in a moment. For AU, it'll be Ryan Zimmerman, who is 6-16 this season. 2-12 in duels, and 2 pins, 2 majors. Career 17-33.
Looks like we're off to a quick start from Nate Lucas. Very similar to what we saw in the Navy match. He was the one that started the match for us, getting a victory right off the bat.
He's trying to topple Zimmerman, but Zimmerman able to be strong enough on that one foot to prevent the drum going boom and bang quickly.
Looks like he's going to be able to pop out the back here.
Well, his head is in a tough spot, at least it was initially, but he did score the points.
Hey, jump that on, Nate. Hey, right to Phil.
So what are the options for Lucas here right now?
I think for right now, you know, he's going to log some riding time, see what he's got here. Maybe, it seems like he's trying to work a little bit for a tilt, but nothing happening just yet.
And he does let out Zimmerman. We have a whistle as the referee just wants to make sure that Zimmerman is okay. So he's going to get cleaned up. Okay. And officially, the technical term for this is inter-service transfer. He's graduating from West Point, but Nate Lucas is going to join the United States Marine Corps. What is this? Why is he doing it? How often does this happen?
Yeah, so traditionally, you know, everyone that graduates, they enter the service, but they are in the branch of the Army. And so as far as a cross commission, it is pretty rare. It does happen from time to time, but what is unique and interesting and cool about it is it's almost always someone who's an incredibly high performer. You know, somebody who has done well academically, has done well physically, has impeccable character, and that's exactly what you get in Nate Lucas. And so he's kind of the stereotypical kind of person you would see that does a cross commissioning like this.
Well, imagine if the Marines didn't think he could do it, they wouldn't accept him either.
Oh, no doubt. They're getting a gift in Nate Lucas, I'll tell you that.
Halfway through the first period, Lucas in front 3-1. Both Army seniors have got decisions to bring this meet even at 6.
Let's go, Nate.
AU, this is their second match, second venue of the day. Lost big at Columbia earlier.
Hey, right up, look at me. Hey, up and down.
As Lucas trying to find his way, but Zimmerman being very stubborn at the moment. That's okay. Wrestling likes stubbornness.
It's similar to Matt Williams. Nate Lucas is another wrestler that keeps the pressure up almost the entire match. And so, you know, as the match goes on and start getting worn down, more mistakes happen, more openings happen, and then, you know, he starts scoring more and more points. So I don't expect Nate Lucas to slow down at all.
Well, the last time Lucas had his head between Zimmerman's legs like that, he took the lead in the bout.
I think the ref's going to stop it here.
He still hasn't. I'm surprised too. And finally, Lucas, his patience is rewarded. And maybe a bit of a lucky break because, again, I think you're right. The referee could have interceded and gotten them back on their feet. But Lucas' patience is rewarded. He's up 6-1, and he's closing on a minute of riding time with 10 seconds left here in the first.
Yeah, maybe the ref could see something that we couldn't see. From our end, it looked like they were tangled up pretty good, and we thought a stalemate was coming, but...
I only have a monitor. I don't have any mirrors. I can only see what you can see. But Lucas has wrestled smart here on Senior Day. He's in front 6-1 after 1. So they'll start neutral here in the second. And this is 1:57. We'll be halfway done after this bout is finished.
Some good hand fighting going on by both wrestlers.
Well, here we go again. As Zimmerman's legs again around the head of Lucas, but this time Lucas has to start at the top and come for the bottom.
Zimmerman's done a nice job making these takedowns difficult, but Lucas has gotten the points, I think, every time.
What can Zimmerman do better to counter?
I mean, it looks like Nate Lucas is getting to the legs pretty easily. So, you know, as far as when they're up on their feet, you know, I would say he's got to improve the hand fighting quite a bit because it seems like Nate Lucas is getting to those legs pretty easily.
Margin is now 8. That is important because if you win by 8, you score 4 on the board. And a stall warning has been given to Zimmerman, who I don't say that the fuel gauge is on E yet, but it's starting to get towards there.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds left. We might see a tilt. Yep, looks like it. Let's see if we can get any backs out of this. I don't know if he got enough for a count there. We'll see.
I guess that wasn't 45 degrees. Second period is about to come to an end. Nate Lucas, slow and steady. He's in front of the race, hasn't won it yet, but he's in good shape.
Yeah, this is where Nate does his best work. So going into the back end of the match, you're going to see that he'll keep the pace up. And so if Zimmerman is actually tired, this could be trouble for him.
Zimmerman is choosing to start on top. Would you have started on the bottom if you were Zimmerman?
I think with the lead that Nate Lucas has, I think he knows that this is probably his only opportunity to turn this match around. He's going to try and, you know, see if he can work him towards his back.
Lucas still in good position, good base. He's got plenty of time. He can give up and still retain that riding time point.
So Zimmerman's got both those legs in. Pretty good position, but he's definitely high. So if Nate Lucas can get his hips up, that'll be trouble for Zimmerman.
And he's backing out. You hear the truck beeping out of the loading dock. Can Lucas get 2 more points for the reverse? He doesn't have them yet. He's slowly trying to emerge.
He's got his head out the back there. It won't be long before we see a reversal.
It's like he's trying to bust out of a cocoon right now.
That's a legal hold there.
If the referee sees it, he's not calling it, but the reverse does come in. And the margin, for all intents and purposes right now, is now 12-1 because of the riding time point. And the AU bench, the coaches have their palms out like they're giving a sermon.
Yeah, that looked like an illegal hold by Zimmerman. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but that would typically get called because of the danger of, you know, blowing someone's shoulder out or something like that.
Now Lucas has some work to do. A tech fall would get his team 5 points on the board. 25 seconds left in the match. He gets 3 more. You see 14-2, it's really 15-2.
I think he's going to try and cut him, see if he can get 1 more takedown. No.
It's okay. Nate Lucas on senior day will earn a major decision. And maybe more, as Zimmerman clearly did something after the buzzer sounded. 16-2 is the official final score of the bout. The Army fans, I think, maybe looking to see if something can be penalized in the meat score, but I don't think that's going to happen here.
Yeah, you may see a loss of a team point. I don't know if it's completely warranted. I felt like he's a little frustrated at the end there. You know, he just got beat on a little bit, so it's understandable. But Nate Lucas being smart, not only is he a warrior, but he's also a gentleman and a smart individual, not taking the bait and doing something foolish.
We're halfway home, and they have taken a point away. I am a little bit surprised like you. I thought the push happened right at the buzzer, and maybe they could have added 1 more point. But that, I think, with a margin of 15, that would have been a tech anyway.
So was that a forfeit?
I don't think so. I think right now we're taking a bit of a break as Army is in front 10-5. And since we have some time here, just to again talk about what the season has been like for Army. It started with being, I believe, on an aircraft carrier for a meet down south. Can you just explain what it's been like this season, what this team journey has been like?
I mean, I think it's been a great season. I mean, obviously, we've taken our lumps in a couple places. You know, starting off the season with a loss is, you know, not the way we wanted to get rolling. But there have been a lot of highlights, too. And so I think, you know, the team's got to feel really good about, you know, the guys they're putting on the mat right now and our preparation for the conference tournament.
Again, the EIWAs are coming up in short order. Army and American and all the other teams in that league are going to convene at Bucknell March 8th through 10th. They're telling us that we're going to replay. It might be what happened towards the end here, as I believe this is from the end. And there's a swat to the face. For those who are unfamiliar with the culture of wrestling, closed hands are certainly verboten. You see high schoolers get kicked out of tournaments and thrown off of teams at that level if they take a swing. We know that there are other combat sport codes that have gotten a leg up on some level over the years, but there's something about the ethos of wrestling where you just don't do that.
Yeah, no, he knows he was wrong, and I think, again, he was feeling frustrated because of how the match went, especially the tail end of it. But, you know, it didn't seem to faze Nate Luquez at all. He wasn't worried about it. He wasn't going to retaliate. But, you know, it was the right thing to do to take a team point off, having seen the replay where time was definitely, you know, the match was over, and it was an excessive, unnecessary action.
So the score is now 10-5 in a meet as American had a point deducted. Again, the EIWAs will be March 8th through 10th at Bucknell. We point out the EIWA is going to shrink a little bit. I say that it's addition by subtraction. The Ivy League teams are no longer going to be associated. I think it's an opportunity for the EIWA to have a true round robin over the course of its season. Do you feel that way? What do you see happening with the association?
Well, it'll be interesting to see, one, whether or not they replace the teams that move away, or what a dual season might look like if they stay smaller. You know, will that change how scheduling goes from team to team? But either way, there's no doubt that losing a team, let's say like Cornell, for instance, you know, it's going to hurt the strength of the tournament a little bit.
Breon Pfeiffer will come out for AU. He's 0-15 this year, 0-13 in duels, 14-43 in his career. I believe this is Gunnar Filipowicz.
This is.
Ranked 26, 19-7 this season. His adventure continues.
Yeah, he's having an incredible campaign for a freshman. He's a very offensive wrestler. He's busy throughout. He's exciting to watch. Scrambles well. And that's a good example of it right there.
He showed the teacher his work, and he put in the work. He's up 3-0.
Yeah, one thing I like watching with Gunnar is, you know, in sometimes where you would say he gets in a compromising position where most wrestlers would give up points, he seems to find ways to get out of them. Scrambling all the way, never giving up, waiting, you know, wrestling through the whistle. And there's been plenty of times where that has worked out in his favor.
Still just a minute into this bout. As putting on some riding time is Filipowicz, again ranked 26 in the country, looking for his 20th win in his plebe year. Pfeiffer trying to see a way out here. Good leg control right now by Filipowicz as Pfeiffer doesn't have as many options. He's going to have to do it all with his upper body right now as that leg right now looked like Eeyore's tail swinging in the breeze.
Looks like he's going to cut him loose here.
And now they're out of bounds. But right now, clearly the driver's seat is Filipowicz.
Yeah, if you recall, Gunnar started the year at 174, and so, you know, it's interesting to know how much that helped him, having felt the heavier competition early in the season and now being down at 165.
Let's go, Gunnar!
Filipowicz looking for an opening. One cuticle, one fingerprint at a time. Clearly has Pfeiffer on a defensive again. And they do get a stall call against Pfeiffer. No point given yet. But Pfeiffer, I think, was put on a deer in the headlights look once he found himself on the edge of the man again.
Yeah, that's the second time he got pushed out, so I'm not surprised by the stall call. Let's see if that'll increase activity in the middle of the mat.
Lopez was looking for that left thigh briefly, doesn't find it. Pfeiffer just trying to breathe in, breathe out, put one foot in front of the other, but Filipowicz is putting a foot in front of the other as well. And the referee will try things again. 29 seconds left in the opening period. Army leading the meet 10-5. Again in the last bout at 157. Lucas beat Zimmerman 16-2, but Zimmerman fired a jab that would have caused a flunk boxing here at the Academy. And down goes Pfeiffer again. Filipowicz is now in front 6-1 with 10 seconds left in the first.
Yeah, great pace so far from Gunnar. Want to see this continue throughout the match, and I think he could blow this wide open the way it's going so far.
Anybody that gets into West Point has to be a special individual. But considering the demands of this individual sport, how difficult is it as a plebe to transition from getting through beast to having class and then ensuring that you are maintaining weight and conditioning with a Kevin Ward coach team?
Yeah, what I think is amazing about someone like Gunnar is, you know, as a freshman, not only is he on the wrestling team, you know, doing all his academics, you know, but he's competitive at the highest level, making weight, doing all those things. Not easy to do by any stretch of imagination, but again, as a freshman, starting Division I athlete, you know, and all the demands of the academy, is very impressive.
So the escape is given. It's now 6-2. But Filipowicz has 129 in the war chest. Pfeiffer continues scrambling, trying to push forward, but Filipowicz counters very, very well. And now has him right around the belt line.
So he wants to be careful here because he's in good position to score, but he doesn't want to go off the mat.
The cadets think he has the geometry. Referee says no.
I don't see it yet. Yeah, I think Pfeiffer was under the knee there still on the side.
1:02 left here in the second. What does Pfeiffer need to do differently at this moment, you think?
I don't know. I mean, he seems like he's got some length on Gunnar, so, you know, maybe start using that to his advantage. But, you know, I really haven't seen much offense from him yet, so it's hard to tell, you know, how he likes to set things up. And I have not watched him wrestle before.
Breon Pfeiffer still looking for his first win of the season. Gunnar Filipowicz looking for his 20th in his rookie year. A heavenly sound of a slap of hands.
Most of the attacks we've seen so far have been from space. Might get another push out here, we'll see.
Doesn't have enough strength or fulcrum here to at least try to spin and throw. Time winding down here with a second.
Good job by both wrestlers working on the edge here.
They dance the second period away, and Filipowicz is up 6-2 with a $1.29 in his back pocket. Again, this is 165. Army leads the meet 10-5. He looks pretty relaxed to me.
Little cradle attempt there for a second. Looks like we have locked hands.
And he lets him out because I think that might have been his only plan, and it didn't work out well.
Yeah, so he loses a point for the locked hands and then another for the escape.
Okay, we point out again that the riding time point is in his pocket right now, so the margin is really 7, which means a takedown would be a major if that's the last score of the bout.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be the expectation for Army at this point. You know, if you have a 7-point lead, we want to see some bonus points.
Well, he's got it there. Problem is, there's $1.25 left. Of course, it could also mean that perhaps Filipowicz can get other things done.
Well, it looks like he might cut him here.
Well, he thought about it. He will have the riding point secured in about 10 seconds. I think he's looking at the clock. Still has his hands on him, and they push him out, and they do give the escape.
It's important to note, though, there is a stall call here, because that could come into play, too, if Donor keeps the pressure up.
So the point is secured. The margin right now is 12-3. So as long as he stays on his feet, it'll be 4 on the board for Army.
Both wrestlers have a hook in. Not much happening here.
As a basketball team has a foul to give, Filipowicz has a stall call to give. So if he gets passive here, it's not the end of the world, but he's got to make sure that Pfeiffer stays honest. 17 seconds left, and Pfeiffer, I think, might be out of ideas at this point. How close did their foreheads come there? 5 seconds left. Gunnar Filipowicz in his plebe year will crack the 20-win column.
Great win there by Gunnar. A little hand fighting at the end there. Oh, he's cut open. He's got a little bit of blood coming out of his eye there. I think in that exchange at the end there with the hand fighting, there might have been, he might have got cut under the eye with a fingernail or something.
We move on to 174. Hopefully Pfeiffer is okay. But yeah, he got out of there quickly. 174. For AU, it's going to be Lucas White. 11-11 this year. 8-10 in duels. 2 pins, 1 tech. Career record 22-31 for Army. Dylan Sheehy. No, Army. It's going to be.
This we got Pazook out there.
Oh, it is Pazook. Okay. I thought for a moment we might not see him until 184, but it looks like he's going to go now. Pazook at 174, 16-4 this season.
Yeah, Pazook did start the season at 184, but halfway through the season decided to come back down, and he did wrestle at 174 the past 3 years, so this is probably where he's the most comfortable, but he did start, at least for, a big chunk of the season, out at 184.
He is 14th at 174, 16-4 this year, 63-20 in his career. Company H2. Major will be engineering management. He is going to branch field artillery. For those who don't know what that means, it means he's going to have some big toys to play with. You know them as cannons.
And we've seen 3 seniors so far tonight, and all 3 of them have won. And I would like to see that again here for Ben Pazook in his final dual meet at home.
White offering resistance. I assure you they're not telling each other secrets right now. Grabs the right leg. Does he get the points? No, not yet.
That was a nice counter by Ben. But he's wrapped up here. We'll see if he can make this happen before there's a stalemate.
Pazook continues digging. So does White. No points are given as Pazook is trying to remove his head from White's bottom. He does, but there's still a bit of a latch there. No points given yet, and he's out of bounds. Just stepping out of bounds was White.
Great scramble by both wrestlers. White, very impressive to not give up points there and actually almost turn it into a takedown for himself.
Jason Borelli not happy with the non-score there. Same goes with Alex Schiapel, the associated coach. They truly believe that their man should be in front, but again, he did pick up the toe at the last second.
White staying very low. He doesn't want to give Ben any shots from open space, so he's trying to stay real low.
And that's going to be out of bounds again. So with White being so low, what adjustments does Ben Pazook make to be able to attack differently and score?
Well, that previous exchange where he did get in on the legs, that was after a counter. So I think, a lot of fakes, head movement, all those things will play here. But he's known for some of his shots in space, and so White, I think, is doing a nice job of taking that away, at least temporarily.
Under 20 left in the first. No score, but it's been far from boring. White with a head bob, and that's the end of the period. Did they clash heads there? I thought I heard something.
Yeah, there might have been a little bit of that. I think Ben, a good adjustment might be, hey, if he wants to stay that low, pull him down underneath him, look for something there.
Pazook will start on the bottom. And a false start. This one will be against Pazook. And the referee has a brief conversation and says, yes, I know I'm puffing my cheeks like a chipmunk with some nuts and grains, but wait for the sound to come out of it. Trying to hop away, but good control again.
So White's got to come off that leg there. He's going to get called for a stall.
And he does get called for a stall, able to return, but yes, I don't think that was a good exchange. Now he definitely has to be honest the rest of the match, and I think Pazook's going to make it very difficult for him to take a breather at any point for the duration. The Cadets want an escape, and they'll finally get in. Oh, just putting on the brakes was Pazook, or this was not going to end well for White, who was about to be eaten by a wall of Cadets like going to the cornfield in Field of Dreams.
Yeah, I thought points would get awarded a little earlier there, but the ref, again, was being patient, which I like, waiting to ensure that he definitely had an escape there. I would say that stall call probably could have came a little earlier when he was on the leg.
Does he get a turn? Yes, he does. He's got 3. He's looking for more. He's looking for everything. Can he get everything? No, he doesn't. But he does get 4 more. And he's now up 8-0.
You got to give White some credit there. I thought he was packaged up pretty tight. I'm amazed he got out of that.
The beauty of this sport is that things can happen in a split second. You blink, you've missed it. And if you're out there and you blink, you're cooked. White is still here as Pazook continues to work. And now the riding clock is in his favor, but he's got a way to go to get up to a minute.
Yeah, sitting with an 8-point lead here. We'll see what Ben does if he's going to continue to ride. But you figure 10 seconds left, he's going to stay here for now. Let the period end.
White trying to catch his breath, and he will now. Ben Pazook. He says he'll hold winning the EIWAs as a freshman, and the brotherhood bonds as lifetime memories formed with this program. We know that team sports are places to build relationships, but when you're on a wrestling team, especially if you have another guy who's in your weight class and you have to wrestle him every week just to get to the meet, are the bonds just that much stronger, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, these guys definitely have lifetime friendships that are forged in that room, and it's done in such an interesting way because these guys are, killing each other every day, but it's in the spirit of making each other better. And so I think they all know that, and then you just spend that much time together and you have that much hardship together. It makes for incredible friendships.
So he's got a minute of riding time, so it's really 9-0 right now. Again, the threshold for a major is 8.
At this point, Ben's in the driver's seat. It'll be interesting to see if he wants to be aggressive on top or cut him loose and try and maybe go for a tech.
White is just trying for a way out here. And a stall call against Pasuk. I'm confused. Help me out, Matt.
Yeah, it's an interesting call. I mean, maybe he thought he was simply just riding, but it looked to me as though he was working towards trying to get a fall. But maybe he just saw more action from White there. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Signs of life from Lucas White, who is trying with damage control right now, but Ben Pasuk is in command. Had a great second period. The match could have ended there.
I mean, at this point, it looks like Ben has intentions of staying on top for the rest of the third period.
.30 seconds left as the Army Firsties continuing to be the story on senior night at Christl Arena. 20 seconds left. Ten seconds to go. Ben Pasuk is going to come away with a shutout victory.
Another nice victory for a senior, and he did make it very exciting there for a second. We thought we were going to have a pin, but another great win for Pasuk. Glad he could end his dual career with a win as well at home.
Sheehy will come in and wrestle at 184 against Connor Bourne. Bourne is 8-8 this year, 7 in duels, 1 pin, 1 major, career record 31 and 38. Sheehy 17-11 this season, 33 and 22 in his career. Company C1, majoring in mechanical engineering. There's some breakdancing from Bourne. And banging the drum is Sheehy.
Man, is Sheehy fun to watch wrestle.
There are needles at Indian Point, aligned with the USGS, that are tripping right now after that slam.
Yeah, beautiful takedown by Sheehy, and he did a nice job too, because he had him up high, and so he had to be careful about how he brought him down. He brought him down the right way, in control. Excellent takedown.
Sheehy will branch Air Defense Artillery. Again, post-night is on Wednesday. Bourne right now is just looking for a way out.
Looks like he's going to cut him loose.
And looks like we've got... Yep, his shoe is still tied, but it came off over there. The anklet came off. Again, Army's in green, American is in red, which makes sense color-wise, considering that the Eagles have blue and red as their official colors. And there's always that shade of beret green that is lovely to see here at West Point, especially if you have those hockey jerseys everybody's been talking about.
I was a little surprised to see Sheehy cut him there, just only because there was, about 9 more seconds to secure a riding time point. And it looked like he's doing a good job riding.
A victory of any kind by Sheehy will secure the meet for Army. The margin is 13. It is 18-5 Army. American got the first 2 decisions of the day. Army has won the last 5 bouts, and it was a point taken away from American for post-match misconduct, we'll call it, at the end of one of the bouts. That's why they're stuck on 5. 30 seconds left in the first.
Seeing pretty good action from both wrestlers. A lot of hand fighting. But it did slow down a little bit from that exciting start to the match.
This is not the type of wrestling that involves tables and chairs, but it certainly felt like one was about to break with how tough Sheehy was there in that moment with Bourne.
And that's kind of a defining characteristic of the way Sheehy wrestles. He is a very tough guy. You know, maybe that's what makes it so fun to watch him is, you know, he's going to give you his all every time. And he's kind of like a in-your-face, we're going to be banging around kind of wrestler.
Again, the margin on the big board is 13. A simple decision would increase it to 16, and therefore America would not be able to catch Army. Bangs again! And luckily for Bourne, the wind is not knocked out of him. I think that was more his back than his bottom, and for a second I thought he was shaking his left wrist. I don't think he landed on it flush, but it wouldn't surprise me if his hand got the bulk of that too.
Yeah, nice mat return. I think he was dazed there for a second. Solid return by Sheehy.
You see it occasionally more in MMA, a bit of a slam knockout, or brownout as some people would call it, a flash knockout. Catch and release, it is 3-2. Sheehy has built 129 in his war chest. Just amazed as to the conditioning of both athletes. Sheehy able to get Bourne up in the air, and Bourne to keep taking the punishment. And there he goes again! I think we know who's going to be first in line for ice bags when AU gets back on the bus when this is over with.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's a couple hard returns he's had to bear at this point.
Bourne is just trying to slither his way out right now. Bends the wrong way and trying to go for everything he's got as Sheehy. Not yet. Squeezing from the bottom of the toothpaste tube is Sheehy.
He might get it.
Can he finish? He's squeezing and
close.
Squeezing and squeezing. Takes a breath. He'll squeeze again. 15 left in the period. And somehow Bourne fights it off, but he's running out of gas quickly.
Yeah, that's trouble. Now that he's got the head and arm, he's going to adjust here.
Sheehy doesn't have it yet. The buzzer saves Bourne. But Sheehy has a commanding 10-2 lead after 2.
I think if you give Dylan another 15 seconds there, who's about to be wrapped up.
Bourne is just trying to find an opening right now, but he's got to be exhausted. Sheehy, with his body language, is telling the world, including Bourne, I can go all night.
Yeah, Sheehy doesn't look tired at all right now.
What a remarkable display we have seen so far this afternoon, heading into this evening. The score is now 11-2 because of the riding time point in the back pocket.
Bourne was looking for an underhook there, but didn't see much. Again, pretty good hand fighting by both wrestlers. And when he did that throw by earlier, it worked against him because she was able to turn that into a takedown.
Minute to go. Sheehy wants to score again. But showing some fight here is Bourne with 48 seconds left. 30 seconds to go for Dylan Sheehy, who's been explosive in this match. Trying to secure the meet for Army on Senior Day.
Yeah, you could not be happier with the way the seniors have wrestled today. They've really set the tone for the match. You know, we're going to see another win here from another senior. Excellent job.
Dylan Sheehy will secure the Senior Day victory for Army, and all 5 firsties have won their bouts.
Yeah, congratulations, Dylan Sheehy. I know I've said it a couple times now, but what a way to end your wrestling career, at least from a dual standpoint, on Senior Day, to come away with a victory and help your team win.
For Army, as you see, Army has taken the cake. Wolfgang Frabel, 11-16 this year, 21-21 in his career. For AU, Liam Vogtklaas, 9-13 this year, 4-8 in duels, 4 pins, 2 majors, career 15-23. As Frabel is able, he grabs the lead, 10 seconds in.
Yeah, that was beautiful. He went straight from the underhook, was able to turn that into a shot. Excellent.
The meet is over, but this is still a very meaningful match for both of these men. And heavyweight will be afterwards with 2 guys who are ranked nationally.
Frabel's got that nice armbar there. I would like him to take his time here and make it count. Looks like he might be able to get him over. Nope.
Looking for a way out is Vogtklaas. He'll get it.
So let's see if Frabel goes back to that underhook.
Vogtklaas with some good arm length, trying to steady Frabel, trying to look for an opening, but nothing there yet. They're in the midway point of the first period. Go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say, you saw a shot from space there, but I think he's a little too far out. Good counter by Frabel. No issue stopping that. And here's that underhook. Let's see if he does what he did before.
Looks for the ankle, reaches down and picks it from off the floor. It's 6-1.
Nice job using that underhook again. A little different that time, going for the cross ankle, but very effective. 2 solid takedowns coming off of that underhook.
Frabel has a minute to work with, and he'll get the rotting time point in the bag right now. What options does it look like he has? I mean, he's got the right leg tied up with his. And they stop.
Yeah, it was a little early for me. I thought he was working pretty hard there, working the crossface, but I guess he wants to give both wrestlers a fresh start.
For those who are wondering at home, yes, the music is that loud. It does feel like a party. They've pumped up the volume today, and they certainly did for senior night at the rink yesterday. Vogtklaas gets a point for the escape. It is now 6-2, but 112 is in the pocket of Frabel.
Now about 30 seconds left. We'll see if we have any more action from either wrestler here.
Frabel does not look tired right now at all.
No, both wrestlers look pretty good right now. And despite it's been a pretty active first period.
(6-2) Frabel after one. As we briefly look at the EIWAs, which take place in a couple of weeks at Bucknell, is a team competition with points for placement. You see that Army's depth will certainly make them competitive in that format with all those teams involved.
Yeah, I think they're going to be competitive for sure, and I think, you know, top to bottom of the lineup, I know all the guys have aspirations of going to the national tournament, and I think we have pretty strong odds at sending a good crew this year.
We'll just go through the lineup real fast today. Army had 7 men who've been ranked in the top 35. Escape is given. The score is now 6-3. There is a chance that Army could send a good contingent back to that jamboree again at the end. More slapping.
There's
More
that
drumming.
underhook again. He tried to drive across, but Vonklas knew it was coming that time. Did a good job countering.
Stall warning given to Vonklas as he has his right leg grabbed by Febuary, who has to be careful he doesn't get caught up.
Nothing yet. Scramble continued. No points there.
Febuary quick enough to get back on his feet, and we have the brick is thrown by AU, and on some level that might be more of a frustration toss by Jason Borelli, because things have not gone well here at Christl Arena. And in case you missed it earlier, AU got skunked at Columbia earlier today and only won 1 match in that meet.
Yeah, I mean, we had a pretty good eye on what was going on there, so I don't think we missed anything. It didn't look like there was actual control, but it's hard to say. I think, yeah, I don't think it was a bad call. I think they were continuing to let him scramble, and I think the call has been consistent with what they've done all day. So, like, the ref has been very patient with his calls to allow scrambles to continue, and then when it's very clear, awarding points. And so I don't see them changing anything here, but we'll see what happens.
There's that brief moment where Febuary is on all fours, where maybe Vonklas could have been given a takedown.
And I think that's what the American coach wants. He just wants to slow it down, take a look, and see whether or not he actually had it there for a second.
No takedown given. So the brick has been thrown, and Borelli is not going to get back.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad challenge, but ultimately, I think the ref was consistent with how he's called the match all day, and that's what you like to see.
30 seconds left here in the second. 6-3 in favor of Febuary. In the meet secure for Army. They lead 22-5. All 5 seniors on senior day have recorded victories. And hold on a second. They'll try again. 12 is left here in the period.
You've seen a little bit more offense from Vonklas here. I think he feels the pressure of being down by 3.
So Febuary will start on the bottom. I assume Vonklas, a simple catch and release, is not going to do anything here. He's probably going to want to try to have some control here.
Yeah, I think so. And I would say so far today, American has shown that they can ride decently with the legs. I don't know if that's the style of his wrestling, but they've all tried a little bit to ride.
So a point is conceded, and the riding time point is intact at 1:15 as a $1:40 left in the bout. As Febuary is in good shape right now, we've got a whistle.
I think we got a little blood. So they're going to get him patched up here.
Yep, I see the droplets. One more bout after this one will be at 285. It'll be a Plebe, who has already cracked the 20-minute mark. Lucas Stoddard for Army against Will Gerald for AU, who is 16 and 11 this year. Stoddard ranked 22nd. Gerald ranked 33rd.
So now that we're, a minute and a half left until the end of this match, you're going to see more offense from the American University wrestlers. So what Febuary needs to do here is be prepared to counter. You don't want to get a stall call or anything like that. So I think he should, look for not only his offense, but also to generate some offense off of counters that will come.
We point out again that this is a very large graduating class, 13 wrestlers in all. Those who did not catch the ceremony before the meet began. Not wrestling today: Dominic Carone, Tanner Craig, Thomas Deck, Daniel Lawrence, Joseph Metz, Mark Montgomery, Ty Morris, Julian Sanchez. They're not competing. And the team managers: Andy Denise, Graham Gist, John Hollingsworth, and Grace Rice. I mean, these are young people who are part of the team. We don't get to see them often, but I think it goes back to that brotherhood concept again, that if you truly are as strong as your weakest link, everybody has to be Army strong around here.
Yeah, and even though all those guys didn't get to step out on the mat and represent us today, I think you saw the fruits of their labors come through the victories of those seniors. All the things that get done on the mat, the competition in the room, and then all the contributions of the managers are certainly played out here on the mat.
Third period. Febuary in front, 7-3. Has the running time point in his pocket for now. Vauclaus trying to spoil it. One more bout after this. Good shot taken by Vauclaus, looking for that ankle. Trying to score, trying to make it interesting.
Nice shot from space, and now he's trying to throw his leg over and get a leg in. Febuary, good job countering. Back to his underhook. I would look for, just like he did before, that cross-body move there. Maybe pick up another ankle pick.
48 left. 30 seconds now until the riding point is secured. Now an neighbor for Vauclaus. He still appears to have some fuel. That might have been a palm to the chin of Febuary.
Yeah, I think a little incidental contact there. Febuary trying to get another hook in.
Wolfgang Febuary has fought a smart match, and he will claim Army's 7th consecutive victory. Doesn't get the points at the end, only one cherry on the sundae instead of 2, but he wins this bout 8-3.
Yeah, he saw a little desperation headlock there, trying to make something happen at the end, but Febuary slipped right through it.
So we've got one more today.
So it looks like Kohlhofer's going out today.
Oh, not Stoddard. This is 285. Army has secured the meet. They 25-5 on the big board. For AU, coming in and trying to spoil the party with Will Jarrell, who is 16-11 this year. 11-8 in duels, 6 pins, 1 tech, 2 majors, 43-54 in his career. For Army, Austin Kohlhofer, who did not expect to wrestle today, but the change in plans, it looks like Stoddard's being saved for the EIWAs.
There's a nice underhook. Yep, want to continue to work to that side, jack it up. Oh, there you go. This could be trouble. Let's see what he's got. Oh, now he's got locked hand to the back. Kohlhofer, let's see if he can bring him down.
Kohlhofer able to back up a little bit. Had some good exchanges between the two men. Kohlhofer 21-7 this season. 30-15 in his career.
Yeah, nice exchange. Good activity by both wrestlers so far.
Gerald trying, but Kohlhofer being very, very strong. Does he get the takedown? Yes, he does. He's got the lead.
Nice job by Kohlhofer. He had the underhook. Both times turning that into locked hands behind the back and able to sneak around the side this time and turn it into a takedown.
So Kohlhofer looking to build on what's been a good season for him. Again, the IWA is starting in a couple of weeks where Army's depth will be tested among the rest of that league. Gerald trying to escape, trying to get both his legs up, and he will get the escape. Again, Gerald ranked 33rd in the country. Kohlhofer looking to take Gerald for a spin. Has him up briefly and gets him down. No points given. It was sloppy at best. And now, dangerous move, so they stop things for now. I imagine that with Sheehy slamming Bourne a couple of times, there are some reverberations. Kohlhofer does it to Gerald. The table's going to shake. These are two big boys here.
Kohlhofer did a nice job again, kind of sneak around the side, but good scramble, turning into no takedown there on the edge.
Under a minute left here on the first. You hear the shouting, you think that the meat was on the line right now. I can assure you it's not. American got a couple of decisions in the first two bouts, and an Army poured it on. The Cavalry showed up. All five seniors have won on Senior Day. Does either man have a lightning bottle in his back pocket, something done at the end of the period? And Kohlhofer will lead in front 3-1 after one.
Yeah, I think you got to be happy with the activity of Kohlhofer so far. Excellent first period. I know it's only 3-1, but you know there were multiple takedowns that he almost finished as well. He's without a doubt been the aggressor so far.
What does Gerald need to do to pick up the pace?
I mean, I haven't seen much of him in the way of offense. He did take one kind of like half shot there, but I think because of the pressure by Kohlhofer so far, he hasn't been able to get much. But here we are. As I say that, he shoots in, gets in on a single.
Cracking those knuckles against the back of the left thigh of Kohlhofer, and the referee says, I can hear it. Let's stand you back up.
Good shot defense by Kohlhofer there, because that was a nice single. He was in there, and Kohlhofer did a good job putting a lot of pressure on him.
The seniors sitting on the sidelines right now for Army, especially those who have wrestled today. Certainly images going through their minds right now as they reflect on the last 4 seasons. This is it. This is the last match of the Senior Day bout. Kohlhofer defends well again, as I think Gerald might have gotten a little bit sloppy there, didn't get it clean. Now Kohlhofer tries to be in position, doesn't score yet. And getting out of it again is Gerald, quick enough to avoid it.
Great counter by Kohlhofer, got the head and arm there. I think he was a little premature to let it go, though, and resulted in no takedown.
.30 left in the period. Riding time not a factor yet. It has not been boring, but the activity, I think, has slowed down a little bit here in the second period as it comes to a close. Austin Kohlhofer leads Will Gerald 3-1.
Yeah, good job by Kohlhofer again with the shot defense. I think he's in the driver's seat. I know it's a one-score match here, but he looks pretty solid. Doesn't look fatigued.
Will Gerald trying to come up with a plan here. Austin Kohlhofer ready to spring out and do a squat thrust and knee hop his way if he can. Gerald able to have some control, but Kohlhofer gets to his legs, gets to his feet. Is returned with a grunt as Gerald trying to reverse at least the running time clock.
So he can't hang out on the leg here. You can see the ref count it off. He's going to end up getting a stall call.
Now is that just not being smart or just running out of options?
I'm not sure why he dropped down leg. Sometimes that happens, but you can't hang out there. So you got to aggressively work to getting off of the leg.
Similar to a 5-second call in basketball just inside your front court. Let's see if Gerald does something different here.
He's going for a leg ride right now.
Right now it looks like a lemur hanging from a tree.
Yeah, you don't often see a leg ride from a heavyweight, but from time to time they can do it very well.
What are the impression based on how he's wrestled that Gerald is not somebody who's at least as close to 285 maybe Kohlhofer is? Bit of a lighter guy maybe.
Yeah, at least stature-wise, he seems much longer than Kohlhofer. Maybe that's why he's going for kind of a leg ride here. But as far as weight goes, I don't know what either of these two weighed in at.
35 seconds left. 3-1 Kohlhofer in front, and realizing that he's got the riding point, he will concede. It is now 4-1. A takedown will win the bout for Gerald. 20 seconds. He's got time, but he needs to be decisive. He needs to be quick. Kohlhofer is now whistled, or pardon me, given a stall warning. 13 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Does Gerald have a move?
Well,
no, he doesn't.
Going to give him a fresh start.
That is a break for Gerald, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, especially because the stall call accompanied it. So, it's only 9 seconds left, but he's got to be careful here, not get another one.
Kohlhofer stands his ground, neutralizes Gerald, has him wrapped up. Austin Kohlhofer is going to make it 8 straight for Army to end the senior day match.
And that's a great way to end a great match and end the dual season for Army.
That is one happy guy there. Austin Kohlhofer gets it done at the end as Army falls behind 6-0 early, wins the next 8 bouts. AU does something at the end of a bout that costs them a point. 28-5 is your final score officially here at Christl Arena. Army on the season will finish its dual meet regular season at 7-4, 6-1 in the EIWA. We point out that not everybody wrestles each other in a league this big, but certainly well done by Army in the course of the body of work. For American, they will drop to 8-14 overall, 0-5 in the EIWA. This is the last dual meet of the season, I think in D1, somebody said so. So the next thing for both teams is the EIWA Championship at Bucknell, March 8th through 10th. Quick recap of today's proceedings. AU at 125 got a win from Jack Maida over Ethan Bergen, 4-3. At 133, Raymond Lopez got it done over Braden Basil for Army at 133. That was 5-4, so it was 6-0. Then Army went to work at 141. Logan Brown won over Cale McIntyre 8-3. Matthew Williams for Army won over Jack Neese 5-1. That made it 6-6. Then the big blow dealt by Nate Lucas, winning 16-2 at 157 over Ryan Zimmerman. who threw a slap after the buzzer that cost AU a point. And I think that's really where the meet definitively turned. It was 10-5 at that point. Gunnar Fublowitz winning over Breon Pfeiffer at 165, 12-3. That made it 14-5. And it just kept coming for Army. Ben Pasuk wins 4-0 over Lucas White at 174 to make it 18-5. Dylan Sheehy over Connor Bourne at 184 for Army, 11-2 to make it 22-5. That sealed the deal for Army on the day. Two final closeouts here. Wolfgang Frabel at 197 over Liam Vauclaus for AU, 8-3. And then Austin Koloff at the end over Will Jarrell, 4-2 at heavyweight. These guys appear ready to you for EIWA's match.
Yeah, absolutely. So, if you're Army, I think you go home, you enjoy this final win tonight, you relax, and then, again, like we talked about earlier, it's time for mind shift into postseason mentality. Getting ready for the EIWAs and getting excited about this time of the year, because this is the best part and the thing that they look forward to is it's win or go home from here on out, and the guys that will get on the mat for Army and represent them know that and are excited and are well prepared to do so.
They tell me that dinner is ready. For Ryan Panny, the Assistant Director of Live Events for Army West Point Athletics, Brian Loeffler making his directorial debut today for our entire West Point crew. For the man next to me, Lieutenant Colonel Matt McGinnis, I'm Nikolai Busko. You've been watching Night Vision on the Army West Point Athletics YouTube channel. We're just around the corner. We're halfway around the world. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.